So, so I went in and put in some work in the gym. It's crazy. So I'm gonna be doing a whole bunch of blood work because I've been like not doing well. Well, I got sick. I had actually infection in I think last summer. And what happened is every time I tried to go in and see the doctor, it was like a bit of runaround. And then when I finally went in to a medi center, I had to force her. I'm like, I'm not feeling well. I almost passed out. You know, I was deathly ill and I was shaking to the point that my teeth were chattering. And you know, the funny thing about that is, so I was just shaking and just not doing well, and I was like, something is wrong. I thought for sure I was gonna die because you just know when you're not feeling well. Like I couldn't even text. And ever since then, so I went in and I was like, I'm waiting for a result, waiting for a result, nothing. Turned out these ghetto doctors, man, I tell you, turned out she had the result. And I went in like literally, because when I called, nobody called me or stuff. I'm like, alright, they're saying I'm okay, but I know I'm not okay. Well, when I finally called, they're like, I went in for another thing, dietary thing, and she's like, well, yeah, you had all that blood and all that problem, and of course you were really sick. You had blah, 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 infection. And I was like, she was not even, she wasn't the doctor that was my regular or my new doctor. She was just like somebody just kind of, I guess, contracted to talk about, health, and I wanted to tell her what my plans were. And she kind of said that, and I looked at her, and she could tell from my face that nobody had given me any, say so. Every time I called, it was like all this confusion. I've never seen an office run like this. I don't know where they get these ghetto fabulous people from. And just like, I think it was 2 or 3 times that I called the office, and then at one time they couldn't find, they didn't find my appointment. I showed up for my appointment. They're like, you don't have one. And I'm like, I called twice. First time they didn't call me back, and I had to call a second time to book the appointment. It's in the Marlboro area, so you know it's a little ghetto. I don't care. I'm sorry. I don't mean to offend anybody, but I'm just telling you what happened to me. My story is fact, so if anybody want to take it offensively, so be it, but it's just what happened to me. Finally, come to find out, I was like literally about 2 months with this infection. So my infection was just getting worse and worse, and they were like freaking out. Like finally I was like, nobody told me. So I called the doctor again, and I'm like, I haven't gotten a call back with my blood work, and apparently I have some kind of infection. And anyways, long story short, I had this infection growing and brewing and like messed me up. And I noticed since I had that, and I was really sick and in bed for probably 2 or 3 days, I had to cancel a lot of my appointments. People were pissed off at me, like, what am I gonna come in and faint on your head? And I noticed since then I've not gained. I got some antibiotics. Even they were so worried about giving me this because they're like, when I went to the pharmacist, she's like, you should have taken this, like, she's like, how long have you been sick now? And I told her, she's like, you should have took this the first week. And I'm like 4 weeks, 6 weeks into it or something. And she was like, this is very strong. She was telling me, like, just be careful. Take it as, she was really nice. The person that was the nicest was the pharmacist. So it was at like a Safeway location or whatever. She was super nice and tell me to make sure I take it, just give me good instruction. And she seemed more concerned about me than the doctors did. And sometimes I feel, I don't know, like I'm gonna really start to, like, I always evaluate things and kind of segment things that happen to me to see if it's like a trend or it's a pattern. And I watch patterns, and I notice patterns really easy. Just when you notice details, you work with details, you notice detail. And I notice, like, whenever I'm sick or anything is wrong and I go to the doctor, they're kind of like, yeah, you're fine. I don't know. Like, again, I find that weird that I'm like, literally, there's blood coming out of me. I'm sorry, I don't mean to gross anybody out, but for a month. And I'm telling the doctor this, and she's like, doesn't even act alarmed. Come to find out, this is something that could have killed me. Like, it was like a bladder infection or something, whatever, but it was something dangerous. Like, I forgot if it was a bladder or a kidney infection. I think it was kidney. I don't know. It was something dangerous. But they were brushing me off. They didn't even want to take the blood test. Like, this is how crazy it is. We're supposed to live in Canada. We brag all the time about our health care and ray blah blah. I don't know if it's because I want to chalk it up to I look healthy because I'm thick and I'm tall, but every time I talk to doctors, especially my regular doctor, oh, you're fine, you're fine. It's like literally I'm crawling on my hands and going in there and she's telling me I'm fine. I don't know if it's just I look fine, maybe because I'm wearing makeup or what the hell. But anyways, my whole point is they're just really seem to not take me seriously. I don't know if people have, hey, just put in the comment section if you have this problem. If you live in Alberta, if you or anywhere else, if you have this problem when you're telling the doctor, and I'm not hypochondriac. I know you're saying this. I go once a year, do my physical, and and I like to do everything. I want to get everything, my STDs, everything. Even though I doubt I should be looking for some stuff, but I just like to get a clean bill of health for the, every year when I go. And if there's something like I have a really bad cold or something, then I'll go. But that's it. Like, I'm not like calling every month and saying, oh, this is wrong, that's wrong, this is wrong. Probably because I know that every time I mention something that's wrong with me, I didn't even know I was anemic. Literally, she called me in and, I kept telling her for months and months and months that I'm so tired, I'm exhausted, I can barely lift my head out of bed. And I swear to God, maybe 2 years into it, she's like, finally, I guess when it got really bad, my regular doctor called me and she's like, yeah, you need to take these pills and stuff. Swear to God, this lady never told me what I had, so I never took it seriously. I was like, okay. I know she said it was like some iron pill or vitamin C. I don't know. It was something that she made like no big deal of. So I'm thinking it's not very serious. Felt really sick and weak and just like I could barely lift my arm. So I went and stopped into a medi center. It's one of those days in summer that I was like, oh my God, I gotta go see somebody because something is up. He's like, yeah, you're anemic. He showed me the levels, what you're supposed to be and what I was. Literally, if you're supposed to be 80, I was 25. Yeah, that's how bad I was. I was like, and he's like, no wonder, because I'm thinking I'm dying, something is wrong. Like, I'm a big person, but I have a lot of energy. Like, I have to contain my energy because I'm very hyperactive. For maybe I do have, some hyper disorder, but I'm usually pretty hyper. So my big thing is like I have to calm my energy because sometimes I just want to really be hyper and whatever. But when you feel the opposite of that, something's up. It's my body. Like, I'm telling you something's off, and you're like, yeah, nothing's wrong. Oh. And then when it's like bad, and you're like, oh, panic strikes. And then now I'm getting something when I could have gotten something 3 months earlier and I would have been much better off. I don't know what's wrong with these doctors. So freaking hard to find a good doctor. So you guys, if you have a really, 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 really good doctor that's taking patients, please let me know. No offense to my doctor or anything, but I just can't have you not take me seriously every time I say something is wrong with me. I'll still go to you, but I like to have an alternative or something. So anyways, I noticed since I've been sick last year with the, I think kidney infection or whatever, I've not, my energy, it's pretty bad. It's like, I can't, I went to the gym. When I told you I took every ounce of energy in my body to drag myself to that gym. When I went there, I loved it. I was good. I'm not a sweaty person, which is funny. I can work out for 2 hours and I don't know, I guess that's not good. Barely break a sweat. So anyways, guys, I'm trying to get there at least 3 times a week. I'm really, really trying. I really want that the way I feel. And I feel like I'm a little bit self-sabotage because I notice I see myself looking better and feeling a little bit better. Then I start eating cheesecake and drinking soda. I don't know. Something is up with that. Don't know why I do that. It's just, I guess, a matter of have critical self-control and not drink soda and not be like, oh yeah, I want a chocolate cake and go have like, and I'm not even a sweet tooth, but I did have a cheesecake thingy majiggy and I had like a slice or two every day until it was finished. I gotta get radical on my diet if I want to just like get things right, my energy right, my iron levels right, and just get on it because I feel so much better. Like, I'm not trying to be a skinny girl because skinny at my size I don't think will look cute, and I don't want to look like I'm gotten hungry. I want to be fit and kind of athletic. I actually love Venus or Serena's type body. I know people are like, oh, they look manly, la la la. I don't care. I love that booty thickness and that, that body that's like kind of hard. And I'm not saying I'm gonna go to the gym 6 days a week or anything like that. I just know that's not me. But I'm just saying I like that. Even if they're like a little thicker, but they're fit. You know what I mean? I know in person I know I can relate with Serena because we're like the same height. I think Venus is a little skinnier. We're the same height, so I can really relate to her and her body type and stuff like that. So pray for me. I'm gonna try to keep at the gym. If I'm not, I'm gonna work out at home and stuff. I know that for sure. Summer, I think I'll work out in the gym as much as I can for the next at least couple of months. And then winter, I'm gonna really try to set up my DVR or my little things and just work out from home. I know myself. I really am not like a cold weather person, and I love walking to the gym and stuff. I'm not gonna do that in the winter, so. Anyways, I'm signing off. I know that was a bunch of rambling, but I'm just saying I'm trying to work on my health care. Pray for me.